Hey y'all, here I am with a little Jem and The Holograms doll unboxing. I recently just picked this up at Walmart. I'm really happy to get this doll because I've been wanting her ever since she came out, and I'm just glad that I was able to find her in my state. I really love the packaging design and like all the box art. These illustrations are so cunty, and I really hope they end up making the rest of the girls in the band. As you can see, I've got Miss Jem out of her box. Now, first impressions, I do think that she does have a little bit of like box hair, but that's like something that can honestly be fixed with like a little bit of like brushing and stuff like that, or like hot water. But I honestly think that this doll is really pretty, and she's very like screen accurate in the face, I will say. Now, I did have to look through several of these on the shelves just to kind of get to like an okay looking face, just because the ones at the Walmart that I went to didn't really have like great quality control. And like as you can see, her lips are a little like uneven, I guess, like at the corners or whatever. I don't really care. I kind of think it just gives mine a little bit more personality. But here we have the iconic gem star earrings that allow her to like transform into this like alter ego of herself in the show. I used to love watching Jem and The Holograms as a kid. Now, I obviously did not grow up with it in the 80s. I grew up with it through reruns on the Hub when I was younger. I used to love watching Jem on the Hub. I remember when I was first introduced to it on like a random day after school, I was like completely enamored with it, and I really loved the like different characters and like the different colors and stuff like that. And the fact that they were all like in a girl band that had like a rival edgy girl group was like a really fun concept to me. And I always thought that like Jem and The Holograms was kind of like Hannah Montana, and that like Jem slash Jerica was like really similar to like Miley slash Hannah, in like terms of like the dual like double personality alter ego type thing, her like secret double life or whatever. Now, she did come with a full second outfit, and I'm really impressed by these little glasses right here because they have actual frames in them and whatnot. I think that piece is really cute, and that little hat is just like really well constructed, I think. She comes with a little concert ticket, as well as these like extra shoes and that little brush and this like little microphone stand for her microphone. She's also got pink painted nails and this really cute detailed microphone. And her makeup is just this like really simple like kind of 80s glam rock, like kind of shoujo anime manga looking like eyeshadow and like, you know, eyeliner and like lashes and stuff like that. She's also just got these kind of like fuchsia pink lips and like blue lashes and like blue eyebrows. I need to fix her bangs a little bit just because they're a little bit wild right now, but I really do love the basic design of this doll. I think she's very screen accurate for sure. And she's very tall and very curvy, which I enjoy because a lot of these other like standard fashion dolls, you know, even this one, that one isn't a Barbie at all. This is my Victorious doll that I have on a lip body, but as you can see, she like even like just without the stand, she's like, you know, very tall, and like she's got a whole bunch of like extra articulation and stuff like that. It's like honestly better than like the Made to Move Barbies, in my opinion. Here we've just got this like little belt or whatever. It has like the little tassels going down it. I also completely forgot to mention that she came with this VIP lanyard. This lanyard is honestly really long. I feel like you could really use it for like keys and stuff like that. But yeah, this little graphic is like really cute. It's got like holographic like foil on it and stuff like that. It's really pretty. I'm very happy that I was able to find this doll in stock at like a Walmart in my city or whatever, or not in my city, but just like in my state is what I meant to say. Just because she keeps selling out on Walmart's like, you know, app and like slash like website and stuff like that. And then she's being sold by other sellers for like $37, and like, I'm cheap, y'all. I'm not gonna spend over $30 on this like, you know, $24.99 doll, you know, in store. So I was able to track her down, thankfully, at least. Don't know why she's so hard to like get in my area, but really happy to own her. I've always wanted a Jem and The Holograms doll. Of course, as soon as I discovered the show and found out that it was just basically a huge toy commercial, I was like really interested in like researching the old 80s dolls and stuff like that. And like, while I do think that those dolls are like really cool and like, you know, definitely did other things that like Barbie wasn't doing at the time, I don't think the faces were very screen accurate at all. I do think that they were definitely doing a good job in terms of like the clothing, the textiles, the like different fabrics and like, you know, hair colors and stuff like that. I think that they definitely got like the general look of the animated characters down. But like, I honestly think that the animation was so heavily stylized that it ended up being maybe like a little bit of a detriment to the original like dolls. Just because the animation looks so like, you know, elegant and like demure, you know what I mean? They look like, you know, fashion magazine sketches, and then you looked at the dolls and they kind of looked a little bit like, you know, they were like, had baby doll heads with like, you know, drag queen makeup on and stuff like that, and like taller bodies, you know? But I still think the dolls are like kind of adorable. And like, don't even get me started on like the Integrity Toys dolls. Those were obviously like the best interpretations of those characters, by far. Hope to own at least one of them one day, but I think this Jerrica slash Jem right here is very perfect. And it's honestly very, very cool to me that they released this, you know? Because like, I didn't exactly think that we would ever end up getting like a Jem and the Holograms re-release, especially like on this scale with this amount of like, you know, attention to detail and stuff like that. I just wish that like either there was like a gimmick with this doll, that she had like a different head with like blonde hair or like wigs or something, just because, or like a different face entirely, just because this, you know, pink hair with like the glam rock makeup or whatever, with this like alter ego look isn't gonna look very like, you know, convincing of like, you know, the blonde Jerrica or whatever. But yeah, I really, really love this doll. And the fabrics seem to be very high quality. This hair right here seems to be like either like a high grade nylon or like a really, really well treated like polypropylene or something. And like I said, I just need to like fix it up just like a little bit and like style it properly. But yeah, I think this doll is incredibly screen accurate, and I overall just love the way that she looks. She looks honestly like a mini statue or something. She's very pretty. I also forgot to mention that her stand does have a little singing feature. It sings maybe like a little bit of her intro song from like the theme or whatever. That is not her voice actress though. I can completely recognize that that is a completely different woman, but clearly they just needed somebody to create the soundbite for the, you know, stand or whatever. So I can at least appreciate that, but yeah, that is not Jem's voice. That ain't Jem, y'all. That's not the one who's singing. But yeah, this doll is really cunty looking, and she honestly looks a little like porcelain from like afar, and like especially when you're shining like, you know, a light like directly in front of her and stuff. And this plunging neckline with this like very sparkly metallic fabric is just very like, you know, late 70s, like early 80s, like stuck in a disco era. It's very cute and glamorous, honestly. Now I am completely excited for the pizzazz that they will be releasing. I'm not sure when they will be releasing her, but I did see leaks for it on Instagram, and I think it has been confirmed by like the company. But yeah, I'm so excited for that because, again, I always wanted gem dolls, and you know, with gem dolls you have to have their rivals too, the misfits, so I think this is going to be really cool because, you know, these dolls like really have like a new shot to look even prettier than like they did, you know, when they were first released. I think that this one right here looks incredibly just like mature and stuff like that. And like the one from the 80s just, you know, like dressed the same way and stuff like that, had the same colors, but she just looked a lot more like, you know, cutesier and like juvenile and stuff like that. And it like really juxtaposed with like the box art and stuff like that. But yeah, let me know if you guys like the video. And if you guys love Jem or whatever. I really love Jem's music. Specifically Twilight and Paris and I've Got My Eye on You. Love those two. But yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.